name's Anthony Walton, from Kokomo, Indiana. I'm in the Special Infantry up at 10th Mountain in Fort Drum, New York. I've been in the Army just 2.5 years. I joined late in life, kind of after the war started, and with having a family and the economy and stuff like that, and it was getting pretty bad over there. I always wanted to join the infantry. You know, that's the only way I was going to go, is if I joined the infantry, and so I wanted to go over there and make sure that none of that came over here. So
he was trying for years to join, and I wouldn't let him. And actually, whenever he first brought it up, it was like 3 months before the attacks on September. So that would have thrown him in line. I would throw my support behind it 100%. I see what's being done over there firsthand through them. You know, if you don't support it, then you need to at least support the soldiers that are doing it. You know, especially, yeah, he joined when we knew that he would be going over.
Well, there was actually like a 3-week period that it was intense, where there was a lot of bigger operations to lead up to a much larger result. We were ambushed, and there was a call that actually came in on the radio that our guys had spotted some Taliban. Ducked my head to push my earphone in a little bit more so I could get all the clear information, and all I heard was that you know, they have 10 packs with weapons, and that's what I heard. Next thing I really remember was being on the ground. I was actually in a overgrown field of marijuana at the time. We were moving through it, and our front guy had popped out just 20 meters from those guys, and he went right down, and the fire began. It was just a rain of fire that came down. I spun like a top because I got riddled with bullets, and then thrown down to the ground onto my head and my shoulder here. And the only thing I remember is that I couldn't. I said I thought I was hit, and because I couldn't get up, tourniquet me off, and they pulled me out of the marijuana field. Fire was still going down, and Doc wanted to shoot morphine in my leg, but I said, don't shoot in my leg, save it for anybody else that would need it, because I can walk. Medevac bird was right in. It came in wrong, going across. Another like 12 guys had jumped up trying to shoot my bird. I pushed Sergeant Harmon down and just motioned the bird to take off, and it started to lift off, and I just dove in, and was no back.
I knew something was wrong. It was a different phone number.
That's right. I've got to say.
So I almost didn't answer the phone.
Yeah.
And it was just something told me to answer it.
Because it just came out like 4,000.
Yeah.
The number.
I said, "Where are you at?" First thing I went. But he didn't tell me the extent of his injuries. I just knew that he was shot. And whenever his command called and told me, officially told me, he's like, "Well, you're taking this very well." I was like, "Am I supposed to freak out?" Because he said everything was fine.
Like, I wouldn't accept it for a while that I can't do my job anymore, and then the Army, I can't do any job. You know, and it's true. I mean, I finally figured it out. You know, I would sacrifice anything for other soldiers, but now, you know, I have severe PTSD. I can't use part of my body. You know, it could affect someone else's life. So I understand.
And then we're trying to figure out who's going to work, who's going to watch the kids, who's going to drive to doctor's appointments.
I mean,
you can't drive.
I can't drive, so she's my caretaker. I mean, I don't like saying that word because she's my wife, and I apologize to her almost daily that I'm sorry that she has to take care of me. And she could have, you know, it would have been easier for her not to. She's got to take care of me. We have 3 kids, you know, and we're excited. We just finally got their rooms done in New York, you know, So it was like one of those things, like it felt like, hey, things are coming together. And then I get shot. I always tell people that she now has 4 kids. I mean, that's what it is. You know, when we have to go somewhere, she got to put on my son's shoes. She got to put on my, you know, I got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. So she's dressing them, and then here I am sitting there waiting to get dressed too, just like a kid. She got to tie my shoes, put on my socks, you know, and so it's like you said, I mean, like, who's going to work and stuff, and it's, I don't know.
Then redo it. It will allow us to focus on rehab, focus on getting him back healthy. The kids can play. They don't have to worry about dust, mold. I mean, just things kids don't have to worry about doing artwork and stuff. But if there's, it still happens now. I mean, I'll have a canvas sitting there and some paints. But if I got to do work on the house, then I'll feel like it's wrong for me to paint. I don't ever stop. You know, a lot of times I have things that, like books and stuff like that I would love to read, but I think that it's wrong for me to enjoy reading them. I feel guilty. For me, as long as my wife and kids are happy and had a place, I mean, that's everything to me. You know, I would feel like I did something, you know. I think that I always promise you. Immediately, the biggest problem that right now, the house, it doesn't have heat. Like it's got old heaters. They're done. I mean, I think there's one of them in there that, actually the hot water heater, which found out it's gone too. So that's the biggest thing for me right now. If we went in there and just left it the way it is, you know, I think that more and more of our kids will probably get sick. There's been mold and mildew and stuff like that, and we've tried to fight it off, but there's just, stuff hides and cracks and crevices that you just can't find. You fix something, there's another problem. And then the tension between everyone, it just gets so thick, and then everybody just scatters into their own rooms, go and do their own thing while somebody's fixing something,
and it just creates a constant division in the family. I mean, like with me, for all the organizations that would reach out and help us, I don't think I could give you enough words that I could even express the gratitude. I'm just waiting for any minute for it to just go away. You know, I mean, to deflate or whatever. I don't. I know, that there are people that got hurt worse than me, and reaching out and helping me would be amazing. Sincerely, a sincere thank you. And I already intend to spend the rest of my life giving back to soldiers. I don't have words to say that for just embracing me and letting me know that it's gonna be okay, and that the community is gonna welcome us back, and we can get involved with the community. The community's willing to help us with our kids, and I mean, it was like a burden was lifted just to know that someone's willing to help. You know,
the local businesses that have already donated and offered to help. It's amazing.